Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about cross-site scripting, or XSS for short. Here we have our damn vulnerable web application again. Our security setting is set to low, and we're in the cross-site scripting reflected area of the website. There is an input box and a submit button, and if we enter some text into the input box and click the submit button, the text is shown as you entered it in the web page. What is the problem with this? If we take a look at the HTML code behind that one page, we'll notice that there is an input field right here. This is where you enter your name, in my case Arjen. When you click the submit button, the text from that input field is actually put into the element tree with the value of the name right there. So in my case it said hello Arjen. What happens if you put some HTML code in there? The way the application does it right now, it will actually put the HTML code verbatim into that same element. So it will actually be pre and then script alert XSS script. To the browser, this is actual valid HTML and it will just execute that JavaScript. Let's see it in action. So I typed in the script tag right here, script, and then alert, XSS, and then we close the script tag. Let's take a look at what happens when we click submit. The text is added to the HTML page and the browser sees a piece of JavaScript and says, well, I need to execute that. And it does just that. In this case, it shows a pop-up saying XSS. It is noteworthy that some browsers actually have a defense against this. Most notably, Chrome will not allow a script tag to be added to an input field. The XSS auditor, which is part of Chrome, will deny that request and you will not be presented with it. In that specific case, you will need to actually use the stored cross-site scripting technique, but the end result will be the same. The XSS pop-up will be shown. So you might wonder, what is the big deal about this? A pop-up is not very harmful, so what is the problem? Well, actually you can do a lot more with cross-site scripting, and to illustrate that, we'll use the Beef exploitation framework. On the right, I started the Beef exploitation framework. It is actually part of our lab environment in Kali Linux. In order to trick our browser to connect to the Beef exploitation framework, we tell it to load a script from a source, which is actually the URL that hook.js from Beef is located at. So that would be localhost port 3000, which is my Kali Linux machine, /hook.js. We explicitly tell the browser to interpret this as text JavaScript, so a JavaScript file. Most of the case, that's not even necessary. And then we close the script tag with /script. We enter that script tag into the input field and click submit. Almost instantaneously, you see our browser pop up in the online browsers, in this case 10.0.2.2. And Beef already shows some details about our browser session. Beef is a very extensive framework. We'll not go into detail at this time, but we'll explore some of the commands that it has available. Click the commands button, browser, and then hooked domain. Let's first try and get a cookie from the website. You click cookie and then you click execute. After a little while, a command will show up. You click it and it will already have all the contents of the cookie from the browser that we're talking to. You can also manipulate the website that the user is currently looking at. If we take a look at the links available on that web page, we do get page hrefs and click execute. The result of the command will actually be a list of links available on the website right here. We see setup.php, which is actually the link below this button right here. You see it on the bottom of the browser right there. And if we tell Beef to replace the hrefs with a URL beefproject.com, which is the default, and click execute, it tells us that it replaced 22 links to beefproject.com. We can verify this by hovering over the setup again, and at the bottom of our browser we see that the link is now beefproject.com. And with that we conclude our introduction to cross-site scripting. We discussed reflected cross-site scripting and stored cross-site scripting. We've taken a look at how they work and what you can actually do when you have a cross-site scripting vulnerability. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so, press the subscribe button. It will notify you whenever I post a new video on these topics. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.